Something rather interesting has surfaced today about 2K, as a story from an alleged ex-Irrational Games and 2K developer claims that 2K made numerous bad decisions that led to not only the closure of 2K Australia, but also the creation of numerous unsuccessful IPs that then resulted in job losses for the studios assigned to them. And again, according to this anonymous dev, of course we don't know whether or not they are who they say they are, but according to them, things started heading south with the development of the Bureau XCOM Declassified, which of course did not do well at all, and the blame was apparently left at the feet of 2K Marin, and they were closed as a result. And we had something similar with Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which also was received rather lukewarmly, and 2K Australia was shut down, with 2K citing development costs as the issue. And the post reads, quote, "The Borderlands pre-sequel was developed with a skeleton team of 40 people at 2K Australia in just 18 months, and went on to sell 1.7 million units plus significant DLC sales. 2K's reason for the studio's closure was that it was no longer economical for 2K to run game development operations in Australia." You mean no longer economical to run a team of 40 developers paid significantly less than their American counterparts who just sold 1.7 million units after an 18-month production cycle. That makes precisely zero sense because we were told not to worry about it because developers just don't understand how the game's business works. 2K HQ was very keen on relocating staff to the more expensive Novato office to add to their 150 plus person strong Hangar 13 studio. Hangar 13 spent many years and many tens of millions of dollars creating Mafia 3, which has recently tanked in reviews and has no hope of ever making its money back. It needs to sell 8 million full price units to make up for its expenses. It has so far sold well under 1 million units. And to be fair, Mafia 3 has a lot of good stuff. The story seems really interesting from what I've been seeing, the characters seem interesting, but of course, the lackluster PC port, the optimization issues, the awful and hilarious bugs, and even though the story is pretty good, the side missions are boring and average, and there's a lot of bad stuff weighing down that good stuff to the point where the whole game just feels more bland. And the post does continue, however. Quote, "XCOM tanked because it was the only title where 2K HQ felt obliged to get their hands dirty with the development. They turned the product around several times for reboots and completely took creative control out of the hands of the developers. Perhaps this is why Mafia 3 and Evolve lost so much money. 2K HQ doesn't seem to be afraid to try out their artistic streak, even if it costs the shareholders hundreds of millions of dollars and costs the jobs of hundreds of developers and costs the reputation of 2K as an employer." Now, as I said at the start of this video, because this person has remained anonymous, while these comments are very scathing and of course do line up with things that, actually happened, we should remain very skeptical about the source of this information. Now, there have been a couple of tweets following this post, for example, from the level designer of Bioshock Infinite, Steve Lee, who tweeted, quote, "Discussion and observations among many ex-Irrationals indicate this is very, very likely to be fake, FYI. However, the 3D Realms founder and Duke Nukem creator George Broussard said on his Twitter account, quote, 2K is a really shitty company. Someday I'll write up how evil they were to us." So, yes. It's hard to know whether or not this is true. You've got Steve Lee saying, well, it might be, it's probably fake, but then you've got people like George Broussard going, well, they were really evil to us. So, I guess you could say that even if this is fake or embellished to some degree, or does have elements of untruths within it, I still think there is numerous things here that are kind of backed up by what we know about 2K as a company, and the existence of games like Mafia 3 in its current state, and the fact that 2K Australia was closed down, and just, to be honest, my skepticism surrounding the AAA games industry, I'm kind of biased against them, to be honest, because, well, they've repeatedly shown that they can be bastards sometimes. But I'm gonna withhold judgment and say that I think that some of these things probably are true, but we just don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if any more comments come from the creator of this particular post, if any posts are going to come up backing them up, or if any more posts are going to come and say, actually no, we can prove this is fake. But for now, these are some very scathing accusations, so we'll see what, if anything, comes of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts though. Do you think this is real or not? I'll include the source in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.